In the seemingly magical realm of Disney World, where dreams are packaged and sold to millions, one family's vacation would become a thunderbolt of social reckoning. When systemic prejudice collides with unexpected power, the illusion of fairness shatters in an instant. But before we dive in, leave a comment and let us know where you're watching from today. And if this story speaks to you, hit that subscribe button for more amazing stories. David Carter was not an ordinary man, though the world often tried to reduce him to a simple narrative. At 45, he embodied the complex intersectionality of Black excellence, a tech innovator whose brilliance was often obscured by societal assumptions. His MIT engineering degree and multiple patents sat quietly in his home office, while his current role as Chief Innovation Officer at a leading Silicon Valley design firm remained a secret weapon. To the untrained eye, he was just another Black father on a family vacation. His wife, Olivia, brought her own formidable credentials. A Harvard-educated civil rights attorney with a track record of landmark discrimination cases, she moved through the world with a quiet, steely resolve. Their children, Noah and Ava, were products of privilege and purpose, smart, aware, and resilient. Their arrival at Disney World was deliberately unremarkable. Dressed in comfortable middle-class vacation attire, they blended into the sea of families, a strategic invisibility that David had long mastered in corporate corridors. The Orlando sun beat down mercilessly, casting long shadows across the crowded entrance. David observed the environment with the same analytical precision he applied to complex design problems. Each family around them told a story, some loud and boisterous, others quiet and contained. "Dad, can we go to Space Mountain first?" Noah tugged at his father's sleeve, his excitement barely containable. Ava rolled her eyes. "We just got here, and you're already thinking about rides?" Olivia smiled, a mix of amusement and maternal wisdom. "Patience, kids. We've got the whole day ahead of us." David watched his family with a sense of protective pride. They were more than just tourists. They were a unit carefully navigating a world that often sought to categorize and limit them. His tech innovations had taught him one crucial lesson. Systems can be redesigned, perspectives can be shifted. As they approached the entrance, David knew this was more than just a family vacation. It was a journey through a theme park, through societal expectations, and potentially through a moment of profound transformation. Little did the Disney World staff know what awaited them. The microaggressions began immediately, a death by 1,000 cuts. At security, Officer Mark Calloway's inspection became a performance of suspicion. Each item in their bags was handled with exaggerated carefulness, a choreography of implied threat. Other families passed through in minutes. The Carters endured a 40-minute thorough examination. Mark's movements were calculated, extra swabs for chemical testing, repeated scanning of electronics, unnecessary questions about their itinerary. "Where are you staying?" he asked David, his tone more interrogation than welcome. "Cypress Lodge," David responded evenly, his voice calm and controlled. Noah's excitement dimmed with each passing minute. "Dad," he whispered, "why are they taking so long?" David maintained his composure, a skill honed through years of navigating predominantly white corporate spaces. "Patience, son," he murmured. "Sometimes being extraordinary means tolerating the ordinary's limitations." Olivia's hand briefly squeezed his, a signal of shared understanding, of battles fought and strategically chosen. The marginalization continued beyond security. Their parade viewing spot was subtly positioned behind pillars, offering an obstructed view. At the Taste of Ariel restaurant, their seating seemed deliberately placed in a corner, away from the main dining area. A waitress approached, her smile professional but distant. "Your table," she said, gesturing to a cramped spot near the kitchen entrance. Ava noticed first. "Mom," she whispered, "look at the other families. Their tables are so much nicer." Olivia's eyes swept the restaurant. The difference was subtle but unmistakable. Families similar to theirs, white, middle class, were seated near windows, in spacious areas with full views of the park's magical landscape. Theme park guides seemed to offer minimal engagement. When the Carter family asked about special accessibility features or show recommendations, responses were perfunctory, a stark contrast to the enthusiastic, detailed explanations offered to other guests. David observed each interaction with a professional's analytical eye. These weren't random occurrences. This was a systematic pattern of marginalization, so ingrained it was almost invisible. Data, he often told his tech teams, reveals patterns invisible to the naked eye. And the data here was clear. They were being systematically pushed to the margins, their family experience deliberately diminished. Noah, perceptive beyond his years, caught the subtle dynamics. "They don't want to see her, do they?" he said quietly to his father. David met his son's eyes. "Not everyone understands excellence when it doesn't conform to their expectations," he responded. Olivia remained outwardly calm, but her attorney's mind was already cataloging each microaggression. Professional documentation was second nature to her. By mid-afternoon, the cumulative effect was palpable. The magic of Disney, supposedly a place of universal wonder, felt distinctly conditional. A magic that seemed to have fine print exclusions, invisible barriers that some families navigated easily while others encountered at every turn. Little did the park staff know that beneath this unassuming family's patience lay a power that would soon shatter their carefully constructed illusions. The transformation began with the parade. As Disney characters danced and music swelled, a group of executives approached David with sudden electric recognition. "Mr. Carter," Richard Bowman, a senior vice president, called out. "We didn't anticipate your early arrival." The crowd froze. David, moments ago seemingly invisible, was now the center of profound attention. Bowman continued, his voice carrying across the stunned audience. "Your design proposals for our next-generation interactive experiences are revolutionary. The board is eager to discuss implementation." In that moment, the facade crumbled. David Carter was not just a visitor. He was a key architect of Disney's technological future, a silent partner whose innovations would reshape entertainment itself. The surrounding staff, Mark from security, Sarah the ticket handler, the restaurant servers, stood frozen. Their faces cycled through shock, embarrassment, and dawning realization. Mark's security badge suddenly felt heavy, a symbol of his earlier misguided scrutiny. Sarah's hands trembled slightly, understanding the magnitude of her previous microaggressions. David spoke softly but firmly. "I believe we have some matters to discuss," he said to Bowman, his gaze sweeping across the stunned Disney employees. The aftermath was swift and systemic. Suspension was merely the beginning. David proposed a comprehensive reform, not as punishment, but as genuine institutional evolution. "Diversity training is not a checkbox," he told Disney's leadership. "It's a fundamental reimagining of institutional culture." His proposal included mandatory unconscious bias workshops for all staff, a diverse hiring initiative targeting underrepresented communities, a scholarship program for minority students in technology and design, an independent oversight committee to monitor inclusion efforts. The scholarship program particularly resonated. Named the Carter Innovation Scholarship, it would provide full rides to promising students from marginalized communities, focusing on technology, design, and creative industries. Within weeks, the program was not just approved, but fast-tracked. For the Carter family, the vacation became something far more significant. Noah and Ava witnessed firsthand how systemic challenges could be transformed through intelligence, dignity, and strategic action. As they left the park that evening, they carried with them not just memories of a day at Disney, but a powerful narrative of resistance, excellence, and hope. If you enjoyed this story, leave a comment below and let us know what you think. And be sure to hit that subscribe button for more inspiring stories that challenge the status quo.